Hello, welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. My name's Anya Smith. I'm your host and also an author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 book. And on today's episode, we are doing The Doll in the Attic. Something to do with dolls living in the attics. It's like they were placed there so spirits cannot literally mess with the living. That is the reason why the doll is in the attic. It was left there probably for someone to notice it once they move into the house. Before we get started, I want to say thank you for watching my videos like all the seasons, but we're still on season 3 and on episode 42, which is chapter 42. So anyway, this is still about supernatural thing. Sorry, let me get this thing. Sometimes this happens. But yeah, anyway, before we get started on this episode, we have Halloween. It's almost here. It's on October 31st. Check your calendars and you can mark it if you like on October 31st of Halloween, because that's All Hallows Eve. That's when this all started. So I will be dressing up on my own costume, same as I was last year. I will be actually wearing the same costume So anyway, sometimes this video goes out, but right now it's all good. So I had to clean the lens up here that's right there. So there was a little dust in there. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So I just want to say thanks for clicking like, thanks for sharing, and thanks for subscribing. Please continue on clicking like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on YouTube if you like. And I also have a family stuff going on, but I can't tell you what it is unless I have the experience with my boyfriend. Anyway, so in December, I am leaving for the trip. First, I'm going to see my friend in my hometown for a couple of days for like 72 hours, which is 3 days. We are going to a Christmas party the day before my actual 1 week of the trip to Cabo. So my boyfriend's coworkers are having this Christmas party sometime in December, but on December 7th, I am leaving for the trip for 1 week. And no, I am not moving to a different country. I prefer staying right here in America. I'm only going to Cabo for 1 week for Christmas vacation. So I wish I could do my live podcast from there, but how am I going to do that if I'm reading ghost stories to all of you through my phone and check out the videos, like go live at the same time? It wouldn't work. So I actually will be back on December 15th, and I will resume this podcast. I'm only postponing it right now. Well, I will be postponing it sometime in December, but I will come back for it on December 15th, but day after, probably that. It depends, but check your calendars and see when I'm leaving for the for my trip for 1 week and the day I'm coming back. It's December 7th is the day I'm leaving, and a week later, December 15th. So you can mark that if you like. I already marked my calendar. So I want to say Halloween's almost here. It's coming. So yeah, on October 6th, there is a concert coming up, and I hope you guys love the band. I mean, they're coming here, unless they're already here preparing for October 6th. And who it is that you might ask? It is the Jonas Brothers. I love the Jonas Brothers. And my sister knows the Jonas Brothers. She is friends with the youngest of the Jonas Brothers. They met when she was just sitting at some kind of restaurant and just minding her own business, drinking tea or eating some food. And next thing, she glances, next to her was Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers TV series, like the first and second, and also the former band of the Jonas Brothers. But yes, they're all coming here in Omaha for a concert. So now is the good time to get the tickets and check out the place where they're going to play. So my boyfriend got the tickets for me and him to go see them in person. But if I had a backstage passes, I would finally meet the actual legendary Jonas Brothers, and I would tell them that I know you're friends with my sister. She lives in Los Angeles on the Orange County, so I can't tell you who it is right now, but yeah, I have an older sister that lives in LA. So yeah, I would tell them that I know you're friends with my sister and she told me about you. So I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, let's get started with the ghost stories that you guys love listening to while watching my video, because this is live video and this is on YouTube. So this is my actual job of this podcast. I wanted to do this podcast the moment my friend Fearless, who is in the next room, in his living room, where he does his podcast. Check out his podcast. It's called Reading with Fearless. Fearless. His name is Fearless. Please check out his videos, because he's very sad that nobody watches his videos or listens to his stories about books, because that's what he does. He loves reading books. So do I. I'm still reading my book. Stephen King, The Wizard in Glass, probably. The Dark Tower, number 4. I just read about 2 pages. So anyway, please click like, share, and subscribe. And please check out my videos, Ghosting with Anya. And also, please check out my friend's podcast, Reading with Fearless. He would love your support. And if you guys like reading books, please check out his books. Check out my book. My first novel that I ever wrote, called Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1. And yes, I will be writing my second book in November. I'll keep you guys posted and we'll figure it out. We'll do bookmarks and do t-shirts and hats as well. One of a kind, custom made. We can do my logo on t-shirts about this podcast, and we can do whatever if you guys desire. We're not gonna do it right now, but we could definitely use your support. And now let's get started on this. Just sit back, relax, drink some tea, put your glasses on if you like, and just get some snacks to eat. And let's get started on this ghost stories. The Doll in the Attic. This is season 3, episode 42. Sophie always hated the attic in her grandmother's house, but when cleaning it, she found a porcelain doll wrapped in old cloth. Its eyes were cracked, yet they followed her no matter where she moved. She tried leaving it behind, but each time she opened a box, the doll sat on top as though it had moved by itself. Man, that gives me the chills. Every time I read these stories, I get the chills. And listen closely. She brought it downstairs to prove it wasn't alive, setting it in the living room, but in the middle of dinner, her grandmother froze. I would be too if I saw that. I'll be freaking out constantly. I don't do dolls. They give me nightmares. Okay, they are the creepiest ones I used to play with, but now I don't like dolls. It just gives me the creeps. Especially go to the Museum of Shadows in Omaha, right here in town. Every time I see those dolls and clowns, I get freaked out. I get creeped out, especially in the basement. So let's continue with the story. Where did you get that? She whispered. That's Anna. We buried her with your aunt. That night, Sophie woke to the sound of small porcelain feet tapping across the floorboards. The doll sat on her dresser, hands folded neatly in its lap. Its head turned slowly toward her, mouth slightly open. That gives me the creeps. Even reading about it gives me a lot of chills. So let's continue on. When she told her grandmother in the morning, the old woman only shook her head. Anna always wanted to come back. Looks like she found her way. Damn! That gives me the creeps even more. And my stomach, yes, growling at me because it wants me to feed it. Yes, I'm hungry. So, anyway, let's go with the questions. How was everyone feeling when you are listening to these stories that I read? I hope you guys like it. It's really amazing, but gives me the creeps every time. But I love the ghost stories. It just gets my blood boiling and gives me the chills every time and excitement. So let's start with the questions before I, sign off, but it's all good. I hope you guys are not scared at all, because sometimes I do. But there's a movie I've seen years ago and a few days back, maybe a week or two. It's called The Grudge, and the actress who played in the movie, her name was Sarah Michelle Gellar, and the movie is called The Grudge #2. There's the first, and there's the second, and the third. But it's almost based on real things. So let's get started. Why did the doll keep appearing in front of Sophie? Ooh, maybe because it chose the little girl, maybe Sophie didn't know that the doll might be possessed. I think it must have been possessed by some kind of spirit that doesn't know that she is dead. Okay? The doll was name is Anna. And that reminds me of Annabelle. That gives me the creeps. But yeah. So when Sophie found the doll, she thought it would be cute, but apparently she got scared because of that thing. Somehow, the doll actually belonged to Sophie's aunt. Um, Sophie's aunt passed away many years before. Sophie didn't actually know about the doll. Anna somehow, I don't know, found Sophie and somehow chose her because she didn't want to be left alone. Um, this would be the creepiest thing, and she's processing. They buried the doll with Sophie's aunt because it's too dangerous, too possessed, and creepy at the same time. Because they would not know what could happen if Sophie had the doll and the doll would literally do something really, really freaky. That's why Sophie decided to leave the doll in the attic and not mess with the doll because she would not know what would do if she ends up summoning some kind of spirit. Maybe it's her aunt. Maybe she somehow trying to communicate with Sophie. Sophie has no idea what's happening and she's too scared. She told her Grams about it, and her Grams told her that the doll actually belonged to her aunt. Somehow the spirit wanted Sophie to have the doll, but she's too afraid to even touch it or look at it. It just freaks her out. I mean, if I had the doll named Annabelle, I would be literally freaking out. I would not want this in my house. It just gives me the creeps. I have a cat, okay? My cat doesn't like anything, okay? She likes to hurt people. See, my cat's not possessed, but she just doesn't like me very much, okay? Ever since I moved in with my boyfriend, and she clearly is not used to living with me. She likes her father, but she doesn't really like me that much. So, if I had a doll, my doll would be alive somehow and creeping around the house, doing weird shit, and I don't know, stealing our stuff and rearranging our whole house. But if I didn't have the doll, everything would be okay. My house would be safer. We're all going to be safe and sound, happy, not freaking out. But if I ever did have the doll would literally ruin our lives. That is the reason why I never had the doll ever again, because I never had the doll named Anna or Annabelle. But I got rid of my dolls because I was growing older and mature, not staying as the little girl. By the time I was 13, I stopped playing with them because I wanted to be more mature and not playing with dolls, because if I kept playing with dolls, it'll make me look like I'm still a child, like 11 or 12 years old. But hey, I stopped playing with them because I got bored and I got creeped out. So that's the reason why I got rid of my dolls. I gave it to a 7-year-old little girl who used to live next door to me. And here's my friend. Anyway, I think that's all we have time, and we'll do this next week, tomorrow. I probably won't be able to finish the questions, so I am out of time, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So please click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Happy Halloween. Stay spooky. Bye.